Hey, this is Ada from Voices of Destiny, and you're listening to Metal Wani.
Hey Ada, this is Nehal from Metal Wani. How are you doing today?
Hi, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing great, thanks. So with Crisis Cults all set to release next month, I'm sure the excitement is uncontrollable at the Voices of Destiny camp.
Well, actually, it's been released in Europe a little bit earlier, so we
Okay,
already had our first experiences here with the album, how people reacted on it.
okay.
So actually, I didn't even know just until to a few days that it was released in the US and that there
Okay.
is a different release date. So I've been pretty surprised, and well, you haven't heard of it, have you?
No, I actually had the privilege of listening to Crisis Cult earlier than everybody else, and I have to say I had a blast. It is much more relaxed compared to the previous Voices of Destiny records, which were actually more conceptually focused, if I'm not wrong.
This one is more conceptually focused than the previous albums, because this is it's following a concept, a story throughout all of the songs. Well, the story is beginning with the first song, and it really comes to an end with the last one, though
Okay.
it's an open end somehow.
So that's how you'd say it's different from the band's previous ventures.
Yeah, that's I mean, I haven't been there at the previous albums,
No, of course.
but what I know is that this is the first conceptual album we have.
That's great. So your track 21 Heroes,
Yep.
it's pretty much the standout track on the album. So it has a lot of varying influences, a really nice refrain, and it makes for a great song. How Tell us how this song came into existence.
How did it come into existence? I know it's the melody has been written by our guitar player Chris,
Okay.
and the lyrics came later by our keyboarder Lucas. And it was one of the songs that took a little bit longer
Okay.
to be done because we were really trying very hard to make it a good song and a story for itself that fits and that makes sense in the end. And we didn't have vocal lines for quite a long time. I only heard an instrumental version of it, and but when Lucas came up with the vocal lines, I was sure it would be one of the best songs on this album.
Okay. And since this is your first performance on a Voices of Destiny record, did you face any difficulty in terms of adjusting to like a stylistic shift?
No, not at all. It's been a lot more easier compared to the band I've been with before. I don't know, have you heard of Coronatus?
Oh yeah, I have. I've heard of Coronatus.
Yes, I've been with them, and this time it's of course been different because I'm the only singer at Voices of Destiny. I
Right,
mean,
right.
the only female singer. So I had a lot more stuff to do, but it was easier for me because some vocal lines that Lucas had written before I joined the band, I just could adjust them to what I could sing,
Okay.
and most things were fitting already. So actually, it was easier for me than everything else I've done before.
Okay. So, how's the fans' expectations have been with respect to you filling Mike Holzman's shoes? Have you felt any pressure from the fan base?
No, no, I have. I mean, I read it on Facebook that Mike had left the band, and I was wondering whether people would put pressure on me if I would sing the same way that she does. But since I sing completely different, I thought that people would not really try to compare me to her. So there was not really that much pressure on me.
Okay, so since you said the album has been released in Europe, how has the fans' reaction been to a new voice on a Voices of Destiny record?
It's been almost completely positive. I think I read one review. I mean, I can only talk about reviews, not really about what fans think, because I have hardly ever had the opportunity to talk to some.
Okay.
Um, but I've only read one review where the reviewer was not really happy with what I was doing on the record, but um, I think, well, on Facebook, our Facebook fans, they've been positive through and through.
Okay, that's nice to hear. So, Voices of Destiny, they're really well known for their refined style of metal. So, what do you think inspired the band to do sort of an ice and fire combination? Ice referring to the soaring cleans, and fire referring to the crushing growls.
Well, that's good to hear. um, I think that just comes from the different backgrounds we have. I think Lucas is bringing in a lot of very heavy stuff
Yep.
because he's listening to very heavy stuff. And well, Chris, our guitar player, he does that too. But still, we were trying to do some well, yeah, gothic power metal music. So maybe it's the combination of what we want to do and what is influencing us.
So, while we're speaking about influences, tell us a little bit about your influences and how did you develop an interest for singing?
How did I develop? Well, I started singing at the age of, I think it was 12 or 13, when I was singing to just some pop music records I had at home. Some really bad stuff. I really should not talk about that. And I was influenced by metal the first time when I was listening to Linkin Park. I think that
Oh,
was in
okay.
2002 or 2003.
Mhm.
And then I started listening to Limp Bizkit, and then came Evanescence.
Okay.
And then after a couple of years, I was also trying out the heavier stuff. And now I'm also listening to things like, I don't know, Soilwork. It's one of my favorite bands.
Yeah, they're really good. Soilwork is great.
Or but also some female fronted stuff. I don't know, do you know Flyleaf?
Yeah, I've heard of Flyleaf. They're like an alternative rock band.
Yeah, right. That's not so heavy, but also female fronted.
Yep.
And Paramore, I like
Paramore.
really their singer.
Hmm.
I wish I could sing like her. Well, yeah, that's how I came to sing in metal.
That's nice. So Evanescence was basically the first female-fronted band you listened to.
Yes.
Okay. So piracy. Piracy is a menace in the eyes of pretty much every single band. It hurts every band. But to what extent has this actually affected Voices of Destiny?
Well, it's affecting us too because our record label is of course having problems. They cannot spend as much money on us and on all the other bands because they are affected of piracy. So
Right.
we're passively affected.
Do you have a message regarding this for the fans?
Well, the only message I can give the fans is to buy records. I don't say you have to buy records in a store. You can download records, but please do it legally. That would be awesome.
Yep, a lot of the fans don't know how much hard work really goes into writing music and recording it and releasing it.
Yeah, it's really a hard work. I mean, we've been working on that album for I think 2 years,
Wow.
all in all.
Wow.
And I mean, there have been weeks when we didn't do anything else, like on our Easter holidays, summer holidays.
Wow.
We were sitting around like, I don't know, 4 weeks in a row, just doing nothing else but writing on that album.
Okay.
Recording it, of course, that's a lot of work.
Yep. So, do you guys manage to break even at the end?
I think we're spending more money than we get.
Right.
I can't remember that I got any money so far.
Okay.
But of course, I mean, the record label is paying the album,
Mm-hmm.
so we don't have any expenses at that point. But touring is really a problem because you always have to. It's pay for play, no, pay
Right.
to play. That's what it's called. And well, you just can't have concerts. You always have to organize everything by yourself.
Yep.
So that's why we actually stopped doing it.
Okay, so what is the story behind the band's name, Voices of Destiny?
Well, that is a question that I can hardly answer because I haven't been a part of the band for such a long time. I know that one of the guys came up with a name um, pretty much in the beginning, like 2004, 2005,
Okay.
when they were forming the band. And I think it was their former drummer
Mm-hmm.
who came up with that name.
All right.
That's all I know.
All right. So, what does Voices in Destiny have in store for them in the year of 2015?
What do we have in store? We, though it's pretty much pretty hard to get a tour, we really try to manage it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not easy to find time for it because we're all working in different jobs and it's expensive, but we really hope to have a tour in 2015.
Okay.
And of course, we will start working on new material as we always do.
Cool. So, have you heard anything about the scene in India?
No, actually, I haven't.
Oh,
How
okay.
big is the scene?
Oh, the scene's really big. The scene's really big. We'd actually love to have you over here.
I only know about fans from South America,
Okay.
and I've been really surprised that there's a huge fan base in South America and Mexico, but I
Yep.
have not heard of India so far.
Okay. So, if you had to sell your album to a non-metalhead, but you could only use one sentence, what would you say?
um, I would say it is a, oh my God, to a non-metalhead. It's heavy rock music. No, it's female-fronted rock. No,
Yeah.
female-fronted heavy rock music. I actually have tried to explain it to friends who don't listen to metal,
Okay.
and I really failed in the end.
That can be quite a task, I can imagine.
Yes.
Okay, well, Ada, we have reached the end of our interview. Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome. Have a nice evening.
All right, thank you.